guys, welcome back to another episode of the Wine Down with Yana. I am your host, and this is my 100th episode. I'm really excited for this because my goodness, 100. That's a wild.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I made it through 100.
That's awesome.
I've cried. I've laughed.
We've cried with you. Laughed with you.
I've healed, I've grown, I have helped people not realizing I was helping people.
For sure.
So I'm really excited about that. But today is going to be a little different than other episodes. It's not about, any one particular thing or any guest as I've had, even though I have my sommelier here with me because it's the 100th. I've got to make it a little more special, and he's going to be helping me with 2 pours today, so that's a treat. But today I will be doing a self-interview, which is kind of wild to think I'm going to be doing that. I've had some family friends, like real close people to me, even some supporters that I've never met before in my life that, they are there weekly. Submit questions that I will be answering, but we're going to get into the lines first. We're going to do them one by one.
Okay.
And whichever one you want to start with.
All right, let's start with the South African Sparkling Sauvignon Blanc. It's 2024, so we do have a vintage, which is good for sparkling wine. It's good to know what year the grapes came from. So let's get this one open.
Which of these cheeses would it pair best with?
Let's see, we got provolone, fontina, parmesan, asiago. I would go with the fontina.
Okay.
Yes, and the provolone.
Okay. We have cheese. We have salami. We didn't do it special. We were just like, let's get here. And if you see us a little sparkly, it's because we just went on a hike to find this spot because I'm like, I know it's here. And yeah, we were given some bad direction and then we almost gave up. And then we found it. But we needed something to go with the wine. 100 episodes, y'all. That's crazy.
It is crazy. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
This is fun.
That is.
I like this a lot.
I like this a lot too.
It has some green apple notes in it.
What else are you getting? Let the people know.
I love this. I've never had a sparkling Sauvignon Blanc, so this is interesting. It's new. It's fresh. It's vibrant. I'm getting the green apple, pear, lemon, lime. And the flavors, and it's acidic. So Sauvignon Blanc is an intense, like flavor-wise, and the flavors are lasting long. Like,
They are.
Still on my palate now. So, how's it with the cheese?
Oh my goodness.
This is great.
That's amazing.
It's a good one.
Okay, that was a good
It's
pick.
fruity, and it tastes like it's sweet, but there's just a little bit of residual sugar there. So, good one.
Good pick. So, I had Errol come along with me to pick the wines, so that way I could make sure I had the best for such a monumental occasion. So I'm really excited for that.
And it was at a great price.
Really great price. What was this one? What?
$12 total wine and more. Yep.
That's another go-to. I'll be buying that for somebody. And I like Sauvignon Blanc, and I love bubbles. So this is an all-in-one great wine for me.
Yeah.
I needed some lemon pepper wings right now.
Oh my goodness, yes. Wow, that would be perfect with this.
Oh my goodness.
That would be absolutely perfect with this.
My goodness. Now I'm already hungry, so that's not helping. And then we just went for this hike to get to this location. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get started with this interview. I'm kind of nervous because this is my first time doing a self interview, but really excited. As you see, I have my phone because I had everybody text me or message me everything, and I just threw them in my notes app. But I chose to do this because this journey has been about showing authenticity. And for once, I don't want to rehearse anything. I didn't want to have like, oh, let me script it and be something more. Somebody asked me, when I think back to episode number 1, what would you tell that version of yourself now? Just do it. Stop worrying about what other people have to think. Because even on episode 1, when I tell you I overthought it so much, I was still nervous. I had a shot in the middle of that episode of tequila because I was still nervous because it was live. I still wasn't comfortable in front of the camera, which is why all of my episodes were live and I couldn't pre-record because the level of comfort in front of the camera wasn't there. Oh my goodness. And I was more worried about how people were going to receive me versus just doing what I love. So, yeah.
That's good advice.
Oh man. So this is question number 2. What originally piqued your interest in wine? Honestly, it wasn't that deep at first, you know. I just like drinking wine. Like my gateway wine was Arbor Mist.
Okay.
I'm aging myself.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But that was my gateway wine, and I knew I loved wine. So when people ask me, you know, well, what are your interests? And I'm just like, I would say it as a joke, like, oh, wine.
Okay.
So now that I've been doing this, and I feel like I've created a safe space, not just for myself, but for other people to, it feels like it's more of a passion that actually gives me substance in my life. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. That makes me, I've grown 100 episodes in, I better have grown.
So if you started with Arbor Mist, what got you into sparkling wine?
I had some champagne in Napa the first time I went, before I really was into wine.
Okay.
And I liked it. And I said, ooh, I love this. And now I'm like, heck yeah, let's have some champagne. Let's have some bubbles. I love bubbles. They make me happy. Where did you find the passion, inspiration to begin this wine journey, especially as a busy independent woman and mother? So, you know, as a mom, you pour into everybody but yourself. Like, it's constantly, and not that dads don't do the same. I'm not discrediting dads at all, but moms are usually held a little different, to a different standard. We're the notes keeper, you know, for when things need to be done.
Yes.
The planners, you know, we have to keep track of doctor's appointments, birthday parties, planning birthday parties. You know, not that dads don't do it, but it's like when you think of somebody getting married. The groom literally really just shows up and he gets married. The woman is the one putting the effort into everything. So when it comes to motherhood, I was losing myself in that. And I think I was making my family miserable. And they, you know, I think that was the way of saving myself, was them telling me find something that made me happy. And like I said, I joked about wine, but wine, I think, saved my life.
That's awesome.
Not that my kids didn't do it for me, but it was a little different when I started having my own thing, that I wasn't just like, oh, I'm just somebody's mom. I'm just this, I'm just that. So yeah,
That's
it became my passion, and dream bigger than just being somebody's mom.
There you go. I like it.
Was there a moment where you thought, wow, I really did this? Yes. And even, you know, sometimes when I'm editing, every now and then it's still surreal, and I'm like, dang, I really did this. Like, I created something from nothing, and I am here. I'm doing this. Like, this is crazy. Like, and the feedback just makes me feel.
I like that question.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bust people out and say who asked what, because I did say it would be a little more anonymous. Who is Yana when the camera is off? That's a great question. I am not just a mom, but I'm an overthinker. I'm a slight perfectionist to an extent where I will procrastinate with things that I need to get done because I'm like overthinking. I'm a corny woman. I'm so corny, like, but I'm a thug at the same time. Okay. And even though my family would be like, I ain't no thug, I'm a thug, and they ain't. Y'all heard it. I'm a thug, but no, I'm a lover. I'm one of the best friends you could possibly have if you actually know me and we are friends.
I can vouch for that.
I romanticize life. Like I just want to be happy. So any way that I can do things to make myself happy, that is what I am about. So that's who I am off the camera. And sometimes that seeps out into episodes of the show. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell. What's one thing people assume about you that isn't true? That I have it together all the time, and I don't. If y'all could only see how many times I cry. I'm a big crybaby. And when I get stressed, I panic first. I'm gonna cry a little bit, and then I'm gonna figure it out. It's like, okay, thug this out, and
so those are the necessary steps. You have to go through those two.
I have to.
That's good, and it's good that you know that.
Yes.
So you don't get stuck in one of them.
Exactly. Exactly. So.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't have it all together. I just appear that way and let you guys think I do. Ooh. Now, why would y'all ask me something like this? What's something you're still healing from? Feeling like I have to earn love. Like I have to do to get love. Like I'm almost like a performance type situation. Like, oh, the more I do for a person, the more they'll actually love me, which is not the case. And my therapist is always telling me that's one of my biggest problems. I do too much. And I don't hold space. Buddy?
He's right here.
Oh, my bad. He right there. I don't hold space for people to do for me. So, yeah, that's one of those things I'm healing from. But that's from years of trauma of... yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Y'all really came through with these questions. What was the hardest part of this journey? What was the best part? And what did you learn about yourself in this chapter?
The tough questions.
The hard part. Not giving up when life was lifing. And there have been plenty of times where I've just been like, oh, I mean, I've posted on my story, oh, I'm not going live today, and sometimes it's because I was in my feelings about something and that was stupid. And I could have hit episode 100 a long time ago, but I failed myself sometime. I'm not ashamed to admit that. What was the best part? Watching myself break down to grow.
Wow.
Like seeing myself go through a metamorphosis where I have had to stand in the bathroom sometime and cry, like physically cry and watch myself be broken so that way I can be stronger.
That's big.
And I learned that I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was. Yeah. I can, it's never too much on my plate. I can genuinely just be like, okay, let's keep pushing. Even after I have to break down, like it's just a moment. It's not the whole everything.
was that realization, can you point to a specific moment for that, or was it just a gradual thing that you began to realize that you're stronger than you thought you were?
It's still ongoing.
Okay.
It's ongoing. I mean, even with what I'm going through right now, you know, it's a lot, but I do it. And I you know, I'll admit, I love it. I love it. So I'm excited. Y'all came through with these questions. I don't know who asked me this one, but this is great. How do you see yourself as a mother in this space? Aw, and what do you hope Amari feels when he watches you grow? You know, honestly, as a mom, I really more or less just want my kids to be proud of me. Like, I don't ever want them to be like, oh, my mom, you know, is lame. She's whack. I don't want to be around her. You know, all those things. And for Amari, I want him to look back on this one day and see, you know, be able to see my growth. Like, my mom was still healing through, you know, from some things, but she kept going. And hopefully that motivates him to keep going. But also with my daughter, you know, I want her to be better than me, because she is, when I tell y'all, she is one strong, amazing young woman. Just be better than your mama.
Yeah, that's the goal as parents, right? We want our kids to be better than us.
That would make me so happy. I mean, she's already doing amazing. Like,
things,
there
right?
is nothing that I can't say. Like, she could call her mama more, but she got her own little life. I'm just gonna give her shit about it sometime. She could call her mama more. That's getting hot. But I'ma still eat it. What makes you feel fine as wine? That is a great question. Growing, glowing, and when people like this one here who hype me up when I'm not feeling like that, because a lot of times I will downplay myself. I will downplay my accomplishments for some reason. So that makes me feel like, you know, fine wine. Like, damn, people recognize me. And not just like, oh, that's, no, like, as someone who has influence.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, walking into rooms and knowing I belong there. I don't feel intimidated. And I haven't in this journey yet.
I like that. That's good.
I mean, I'm at Issa Rae. She my homegirl. She don't know it all the way, but, you know, I'm at Issa Rae, and I almost didn't, you know, walk up to her. And I was like, it's now or never, girl.
Right.
You got to push your big girl panties on and walk up to her. And, yeah. So, if I can do that. And then, you know, Dwayne Wade reposted one of my reels.
True.
You know, like, the D Wade.
Yeah.
I'm that girl.
You're a big deal.
You know?
Kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal around here.
Yeah, I'm lucky to be in your presence. I'm lucky.
This sommelier here, y'all want him in your presence too, pouring for you. I'm getting this for an amazing price. Oh gosh, which one of y'all asked this? What's your tipsy and cute toxic trait?
Oh my goodness.
Probably that I think I can sing.
That's not a bad one.
I mean, yeah, because once I had enough liquor, it's
Unless
like,
you're tone deaf.
you know, I'm not tone deaf, but in my head, I am Beyonce.
Okay, as long as you're not tone deaf, I think anything goes.
But I am like the karaoke queen with a little bit of liquor in me, and I'm
Okay.
like I've done it on here where I start singing, and I'm like, I don't know why I sang that, but I'ma sing. And the more I drink, the more I'ma sing stuff and random ass stuff. So if something pops in my head, I'm singing it.
What song's in your head right now?
Nothing, honestly, because when we were on our way here, I was listening to this love playlist, and I was just
Okay.
like, yeah. So, yeah, nothing's in my head right now other than, dang, this is some good wine.
It is good.
If your current season was a wine, what would it be? Red, white, or rosé? Ooh,
It's a good one.
I'm gonna have to say it would be a rosé, but a sparkling rosé, because I am definitely more in my fun, vibrant, bubbly era right now. Like, loving every bit of it. So it would be a rosé, and a sparkly rosé where it's like, y'all gonna know I'm here. We're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna leave a lingering impression on you.
It's good.
What song instantly brings you back to yourself? Ah! There are so many, but anything by Beyonce. Jesus, Sweet Honey Buckin'. Oh my gosh, yes. Like, in my head, when I hear some of these songs, it's like I turn into a little bit of a diva. You know, Cuff It, Blow, Thick, Spaghetti, Glorilla's What You Know About That. Yeah, I love Glorilla.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Love her.
I love
Like, her
too.
accent, she's so cute. I'm just like, yes, girl. The way she talks is just like, yes. But that song,
She's just being herself.
she is.
Being
And
free. I love it.
how can you hate on that at all?
Would you like more, or would you
Yes.
want me to go to the next one?
Yes, let's talk a little more. Oh my God, I know who asked this question. Who's your favorite kid?
Oh my goodness. What's the next question?
I'm an answer. My favorite kid is the one that gets on my nerves the least that day. Sometimes my favorite kid is the dog. So
Oh my goodness.
I can't say I have a favorite kid. I love all my kids, and whichever one of them drives me the least crazy on any particular day is the one that is my favorite. Sometimes they are my favorite kid. Like, I have days where they all are genuinely like, dang, like they may say something and it's like, oh, and then somebody else is saying, it's like, oh, dang it. Okay. So it just depends on the day. I can't really say I have a favorite kid, but Amari is in my presence continuously because the other kids are adults. So, you know, he gets a little more attention to make people think he might be my favorite. But if he was around the same age as the other ones, he'd be fighting for favorite every day.
I like the consistency of the bubbles here.
I need to become a Somali.
You ever eat yellow apples?
I have.
This tastes like yellow apples, like what do they call them? Golden delicious.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this reminds me of.
See, it wasn't until you said that that I'm like, okay, wait, you're right. And this is why you need sommelier. Since I'm self-interviewing myself, Yana, do you think you should have more segments with your sommelier where we have more discussions on wine? Yes, I do. We should set some of more of those up.
Okay. In addition to your.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because a lot of people are scared of wine. They're intimidated by wine.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
We're gonna remove all of that.
Seriously, because if I didn't start with Arbor Mist, which is why I can't drink Stella wine. Sorry to everyone who has brought me a bottle of it and I did not drink it. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
I was being diplomatic.
I'm sorry.
I just can't drink it. It gives me a headache because of the sugar. Mm-hmm. And I tend to like to drink wines that will leave me drunk versus hungover.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So definitely, I'm going to start incorporating more of that in, because who doesn't want to know about, and that's the whole point of me doing this show, is to have affordable wines that people can drink. So to take the intimidation out of it, instead of the regular everyday, brands that we see, expand your palate, go out and try things and I will admit it's helped me find good wines at affordable prices. So definitely.
I think everybody watching would like this.
For sure. Oh my God.
This is fire.
We should have got some wings. If I'd have known it was gonna taste like this, I'd have been like,
Yeah, I never had it. This is amazing.
let's order. Jesus.
Look, I'm big on South Africa right now, so I mean, easy call for me. But a Sauvignon Blanc sparkling
Right.
brut.
And see, all I did was tell him my palate. Well, I mean, he knows my palate anyway because we spend a lot of time drinking wine. So he kind of knew my palate. But I will say this was a delightful surprise with the taste. I will give it that.
I'm getting some guava notes too. I'm getting more. It's tropical.
Okay.
This is.
So
There's a reason this bottle's empty right now.
right. So do you think
Just
we
sad.
should bring this one for the garden picnic?
I can bring this for anything at that price.
You're like
whatever. This
You're
might
like-
be my new go-to.
You're like, I
sparkling.
might have to start incorporating this.
Yes.
It's
This
a
is it.
great summer wine.
This is beautiful.
And as you see, our venue for the day, you can't go wrong in a garden with a bottle of wine. I mean, we went on a hike to find it.
We know where it is now. I can't tell everybody where it is, but
No.
yeah,
This is a dope spot. It's like, I wanted to get here. Like, once the original setting was gone, I said, okay, I know of another place, but we passed it. But no, this is great wine. Oh man, this is great wine.
and these are good questions.
Really great questions. So now I'm happy I did it this
Yeah.
way. Oh boy. What episode or guest shifted something in you forever? I can do both. Episode wise, I would have to say it was the one I did early on with me doing this on grief, because I had one script set up on what I wanted to discuss, and then I was actually grieving at that time, and because the initial grief that prompted me to do it on grief was still so fresh, it was like, oh boy, it brought out a lot of emotion in me. But it also, I gone through a miscarriage after I had Amari, and it brought up a lot of that grief as well. And I should have been over it. I mean, because it wasn't the first miscarriage I've had, but for whatever reason, it could be because of, the relationship, it affected me different. And I still struggle with it sometimes, like, dang. But then I have moments where I'm like, well, we went through life down. Thank God I didn't have two under, this age. But it was hard for me. That one was it affected me different, and that was the first episode I cried on. Like, I had to really, just because I didn't realize how much it affected me. Even to this day, it still bothers me. So that would be the episode. Now, as far as a guest, that's a great question, because I've had some amazing guests on my show. You've been on. We've had our winemaker friends that have been on, Anthony, Kiana, Robert. I have had some amazing comedians on, your boy Jay, Ken Edwin TV. I have had some great guests, on my show. So it's I can't just pick any one guest that has, shifted something in me forever, but they've all provided a takeaway to an extent. Every episode has elevated me. It's oh, okay, it has pushed me to, I guess, be better than the last interview. because it isn't a structured situation. It's an actual interview. I'm talking to someone that has to respond. So I don't know. They've all been so great, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't say any particular guest, but every guest that I've had on, I am honored that they would be on my platform because it's like, goodness gracious. Like, I started off with nothing. And not that I have the biggest platform, you know, right now. I'm still building, but the fact that people believe in me enough to actually be on my show.
Some of the guests that you've had that I remember off the top of my head, the Psalm goes by the Black Somalia.
Yes.
He talked about a lot of things, like just from a male's perspective that I related to. And then when you had Leslie from 1010, of course, like I love to see more of, hear more of her story and kind of a place that we both love to go to. So I like every episode, Robert's episode was really good, really informative.
Robert was one of my in-person.
Yeah, I love that interview. It was really good. But I like every episode, so I'm a little like you. It's like you can't really pick one.
It's
right?
so hard because everyone has brought a different element to where I'm just like, to pick. Now I will admit, my top 2 watched have been Ken Edwin TV and your boy Jay. Like they got me views. They got me views.
I love their episodes.
Ken brought funny consistently
They
through.
they were open to whatever you wanted to do.
Oh my gosh.
So I love that.
I did too. And your boy Jay brought funny and a little bit of, that emotional side that I tend to.
I loved it. I felt like I got to know him better. I think I saw that episode before I actually met him in person. If I'm not mistaken. And so yeah, and then from that I have been looking forward to like kind of just being able to talk to him.
Great creator.
Yeah.
Amazing creator.
Yeah, I love that episode. That's one of my favorites as well.
So that's why I say everyone has brought something different that has definitely elevated me as well.
He said something in that interview that I resonated with. He said, I think you asked him something like, what's his best quality or something like that?
And he said being a dad.
That's where I am with it. So yeah, I was like, man, this is my kind of guy right here.
When he said that, the way I teared up and was like,
I know,
suck that back in, because
I know that feeling.
Especially with black dads.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't get enough credit. And to have a black dad on and say that's my best quality.
He meant that.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
So I love that, and that was such a great episode that I rewatched it. I watched it
a second time.
I rewatched it, and it did, but that answer, yeah, you're right. That answer was just like, and this past year, so I did how most people do like a recap of, their year. I didn't want to do a recap. I said, I want to thank everyone that has supported me in the 2024 year. But I'm just going to, do a subtle, from my most watched. And he was my most watched for 2024.
Wow.
But that one was the, that question and that answer was the one that really got me, and I turned that into a reel, and I posted that on Instagram and used that as my post, because it was just like,
that's important.
Black dads don't get enough credit, and he definitely I'm telling you, he got me. Let me finish this glass real quick so we can move on to the second bottle.
No rush.
I'm not rushing.
The first one is low alcohol, so it's an easy drinker. It's 11% alcohol.
And for those of you guys that don't understand, we drink for a living, so please don't do what we do. Go ahead and introduce it.
The next one is 12.5% alcohol. So this is a sparkling Chenin Blanc from Vouvray. So method traditionnel. So basically this is made in the champagne method. My favorite grape for 2025, Chenin Blanc. Vouvray is a grape that I'm always like promoting and trying to tell people about and introduce people, because it's such a great value.
Oh, look at that color. So I'm gonna be honest. When people have asked me, "Do you want to become a sommelier?" and at first I was like, "Sure," but I really have no desire to become a sommelier.
Yeah, I feel you.
Especially when I have one on my team.
Exactly.
When I can be like, hey, Errol, what's going on? I don't need to become a sommelier. I just want to do I want to stay in my lane. And apparently I've created my own lane because no one is doing what I'm doing in wine, and I love that for myself.
Exactly.
So I don't need to add extra stuff on it, if it's not necessary. Just do what makes me happy. Mm-hmm. I have a sommelier on board that, like, literally, when I tell you, supports me 1,000%. Can't knock that. And I'm excited.
Cheers on this one.
Oh, that smells good too.
Fuller bubbles in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad we started with this one here. This is a good follow-up.
It is. I agree 100%.
I'm getting less citrus on this one. It's more pear, green pear. What is that, Bartlett pear? The green one?
I'm going to eat some of this hot-ass salami. We are sitting in the sun, and if you would have seen me, 2 hours ago, I had goosebumps. I literally had goosebumps. They were laughing at me because I'm like, it's cold.
I'm going to go with the Asiago and see what that's going to do.
It's hot cheese.
No, it's not.
We went from no sun and cold to baking in the sun.
I got a question.
Okay. Shoot.
How come you don't swirl your champagne?
I give it a little swirl, but
right.
you know.
You don't want your bubbles to go away.
I mean, okay.
You don't have to.
I'm not a big fan of swirling my bubbles.
For those that don't know, I'm a big fan of swirling everything. Water, wine,
mm-hmm.
coffee,
mm-hmm.
mouthwash.
Not your mouthwash. Oh my god.
Anything.
Hilarious.
It's gonna get a swirl. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Not with you. If he wasn't my friend, I'd probably disown him. But unfortunately, I think we're stuck.
Yeah, we're stuck.
So, it's what it is. That was a good question. I don't know who asked this one. What kept you consistent even when things got hard? I want to say people like Jazz from the Suckle Center,
mm-hmm.
who messaged me like, girl, this was on point. Like,
mm-hmm.
I needed this. And then, the DMs or people leaving comments like, oh my gosh, this was a great topic. This was a great conversation. I was going through something.
Okay.
Those messages really they push me.
Okay.
And I cannot, say that I don't appreciate the support. Like, I just cannot say that at all, because what would I be, to act like it doesn't affect me? And it does. I love every bit of that. Or when I get text messages with people sending me screenshots like, oh my gosh, like, somebody, I didn't see this yet, but somebody I know reposted it. And I'm just like, oh man. So that's what keeps me going, even when things get a little hard. And it's just like, okay, keep going. You are doing something that is amazing.
You are.
And I love it.
That's good to know.
I will.
I'll keep doing it. Because, I mean, I always have something to say. And
Right.
Sometimes I keep it short because I'm like, I mean, I don't know. You do a lot of work to edit and do the whole thing. So
I don't think people get that feedback really does make a creator happy on the inside, because you're just like, when people just like and they watch and you're like, meh. But when someone actually says, no, that is what I needed today, you're like, dang, okay.
yeah, there's a lot of them. Yeah, you have a lot of them where I'm feeling like that.
I'm like, oh man, you're like, I didn't realize, but a lot of this stuff, especially in the Black community, it goes where it's not talked about enough. And it was hard for me, but someone gave me great advice saying, if you're going to open up, you have to be ready to open up. And that was hard at first. But now it's a lot easier because I go, okay, well, I don't know who I'm going to help, but I know I want to do this. And those are the more vulnerable conversations, but they need to be had. And a lot of times in the Black community, we don't talk about certain things. And now I'm like, okay, let's get it done. So I love when I get that good feedback of, oh man, I needed this. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes those make me a little emotional. I'm still a thug.
Yeah, some of the episodes, they remind you of, like, they remind me of a good therapy session that I've had in the past.
Right.
And those are expensive, so.
Man, I was telling someone else, sometimes this actually does feel like therapy. And then when I talk to my therapist and she goes, well, are you staying consistent with what? And I'm like, so my therapist is subscribed.
Nice.
And I love that for me because she is able to see my growth. And sometimes I don't see my growth because I'm like, well, I still reacted this way and I still did this. But for her to say she is able to see my growth, or, you know, me to say, oh, well, I thought about this before I did this because I wanted to bust the windows out somebody's car and I didn't. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I know who asked this question. I remember this because I love you, girl. What advice would you give someone who wants to start a YouTube channel but doesn't feel ready? Just do it. Just do it, because you're never ready. You never ready. It's just like marriage. You ain't ready. You're not ready until you're in the thick of it. It's not until that man has left that toilet seat up for the 18,000th time and you done fell in the toilet in that 3 a.m. pee session and you like, what the fuck, I want to stab you, but you didn't stab him. Just do it. Just do it. Who, you know, it's like, yes, you're going to get some people that are going to talk crap about anything that someone does. It's always going to be that person that's going to say something, or multiple people. Who cares? Who cares? It's like, are they paying your bills? Do they really matter enough? One thing I had to learn is I don't take advice from people who don't mean something to me. So if you matter to me, then yes, your words are going to hit me like, damn, okay, I need to change something. I need to fix something. Okay, what do you suggest that I do? But if you don't matter, why the hell do I care what negativity you have to say? Just do it. Your stuff is not going to be the best when you first start. Unless you got pros helping you. Go and subscribe to my baby's YouTube channel, Amari's Amazing World, on all platforms, because he's got pros backing him, but he's got great content. Shameless plug, oh well. But who cares? It's always gonna, look at freaking Beyonce. She brought Blue on tour, and the first couple shows, people were like, oh, I'm like, the fact that Blue was brave enough at 11 years old to get on this stage and dance with professionals because she said, Mama, I'm ready. And then come back and us watch her growth to this. When I tell you at this last concert when we went to Cowboy Carter, I cried, I laughed, I smiled, I cried some more. And not just because I'm a Beyonce fan. Like, I love Beyonce. She doesn't know she's my best friend, but she is one of my best friends. Just seeing the evolution of how much she loves her kids and protects her daughter.
Did you feel like a proud godmom?
To an extent, yes. To see Blue evolve, it was like, she is up on stage dancing with professional dancers, show after show. And now she's got this confidence where she is like,
I've seen it.
bitch.
I've seen it.
I love that for her.
The cheese is hot now.
The cheese is melting.
Oh my God.
Y'all, the sun is sunning. Is doing his thing. When I did my interview with Errol the last time, he told me we needed some. So now we're hiding the stuff.
The Parmesan went well with this one. Sparkly butter.
Okay. Parmesan. I could still use some more lemon pepper wings, or some lemon pepper wings. Ooh, some mild wings would go good too. I think another thing we need to add to this is doing fast food and wine pairings.
Okay.
That would be so dope.
Can do that.
So dope. We need to do that. ASAP. As you see, some of this is we've been drinking, and this is turning into a conversation like we have in a regular environment for us.
This could go with a McDonald's fish fillet.
I don't eat McDonald's.
You said fast food. This would go with that.
He might be on his own with that one, but I'll still post
I'm
it on
not
my
saying
phone.
I'm going to do it. I'm just saying it would pair.
Not that I have anything against anyone that eats McDonald's. I don't eat it, and I have not eaten it in the last, it might be 9-10 years.
What's your go-to fast food places?
I am a Buffalo Spot, Jersey Mike's.
And we already said the lemon pepper wings would go.
Yes, so Wingstop.
That's done. But the
love
lemon pepper wings with the sparkling Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes.
Maybe the mild wings with the Boufray, I would say.
So then we need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go to Buffalo Spot for this one and Wingstop. Wait. Yeah. Buffalo Stop for this one, Wingstop for this one.
If they're going to sponsor our time there, I'll be there.
Y'all heard it. We're going to make sure we get this as a Reels, and we're going to get it circulating. So I posted a Reel on Friday, and Total Wine and More liked my Reel.
Oh, I told you you're famous. You're a celebrity. You're a celebrity in the wine industry. You have to embrace it at some point.
At some point, I am going to have to just be like, you know what? I am who I think I am. That's a bird. This is a beautiful location. And we're going to keep it hidden for a little bit longer because I don't know how many more things we're going to shoot here content-wise. But for now, we're going to keep it between us. But this is a great spot. And I kept trying to tell, we ran into two people that work here?
Mm-hmm.
I showed them a picture. They're like, oh, it's over here. The first one gave us terrible direction. The second one was like, oh, yes, you want to look for this? And then I'm like, cool. Somehow, some way, something just said, go that way. We did it. And now we're here. But this spot is so perfect. It's so beautiful. It's so quiet. It's so modern, yet outdoor, all at the same time. Hell, we could still have our picnic here. But if people come late, they wouldn't be able to find us. Unless we put some balloons out.
We can do it here.
July, when we do the paint and sip. I'm giving too much information.
Paint and sip?
I'm giving too much information out. Next question. How has your confidence changed on and off camera? Let me tell you, I don't shrink myself anymore. At all. I'm taking space loudly. I am in rooms that I know I deserve to be in because guess what? I am that girl. And I'm going to.
You are what?
I'm that girl. Period. Cheers.
Cheers to that. For real.
When I tell you I am so happy to be in the spaces I'm in and people embrace me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not name dropping, but I'm name dropping again. When Jay Jackson did that interview on me.
Yes.
Almost a year ago.
Okay.
I went, oh, I'm somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is a big ass deal.
He is.
Shout out Jay Jackson. We love you.
It's crazy you bring him up. I was thinking about contacting him today. I have some questions for him.
He's
but
amazing.
That's another story. Yeah.
He is amazing. He is that guy.
He is.
And to get his stamp, it was like, I am who I think I am.
I told you. I told you. I don't have that stamp.
You do.
I don't have that stamp in an official capacity the way that you do. So
Okay.
Embrace that.
You know what? It's hard for me because as I've been told, I'm a little too humble. And
It's okay, yeah. It's okay to be humble. And you can still embrace that though.
it's hard because I'm like, dang, but I'm not where I want to be, but I'm growing.
All right. Well, we'll keep reminding you.
But I love where I am.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it was definitely a confidence booster in this industry. And sometimes I have to use that in my everyday life to, you know, but even at my 9 to 5, as people call it, I am where I am. Like, my bosses love me. So I do logistics by day at a pillow company, an amazing pillow company. And matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna raffle off some pillows soon.
Oh my God.
I work at a pillow company, and we do work with everybody from Costco, TJ Maxx, like you name it, we're doing it. And we have some amazing quality product, like amazing.
Okay.
I'm gonna raffle off some pillows.
Okay. Do you guys make every type of pillow?
Everything.
You have thin pillows for stomach sleepers?
So let me tell you, I can't tell you too much. We'll talk off camera.
All right, cool.
But I'm gonna raffle off some pillows soon. And when I tell you, you are going to get an amazing deal. We had some pillows that went viral last Halloween in Costco. When I tell you they went viral, I went in and said, why do we not have a social media team? The way we could
hire yourself.
I could.
It's time.
Oh God.
It's time. It's time.
They love when I tell you
They're dragging their feet. You're the person.
I didn't realize how big of a deal I was there until they had a meeting with Costco, and somebody had said something about me in a meeting that I wasn't in because I'm behind the scenes. You don't see me. I'm not in the camera directly talking to the people. I'm behind the scenes making sure their containers get delivered. We're clearing customs. And yes, these tariffs are kicking our asses, but I do that side of it. I am the logistics department. It is just me. It is me. I am team of me. They love me. Somebody had said something in a Costco meeting. My colleague looked at me and went, get on camera. I said, okay. I was like, hey. And then I left.
Really?
Because they complimented how well I was doing. So between my 9 to 5 giving me that boost, and then wine giving me that boost, ain't nobody on this planet that should be able to tell me I am not that girl.
Give that girl a raise. Promotion, raise. All right, we'll put together a package, a presentation of like, you know, how we're gonna attack this, you know, how to get you
exactly
to that level.
I need more money.
Liesel, we need Liesel.
We need my lawyer, who is my best friend. ever. Yes.
We need her on board.
Immediately. The sun is sunning right now.
It is. That's why the cheese is actually hot. I'm eating melted cheese right now.
And yet we are still here having a great time.
Cheers to that.
I feel like I need some more.
Okay. There's plenty more.
Great question. What's next for the Wine Down with Yana? So, not to give anything away, I wanted to let you have your moment in person instead of plugging in the video. But I would love to have more partnerships.
Okay.
1010 classic twist bars. Go on. Make me a brand ambassador. But on top of that, just continuing, the vulnerability of the show, being myself, because I didn't realize what I had until, like I said, people like you who have been like, no, you're on to something amazing. And it has been a growth process in learning and adapting, and I can't take away from that.
That's good.
So, yes. Ooh, I know who asked this question, I think. What do you believe about being, what do you believe about being black in wine spaces and don't always see us? We belong there. We belong in every space. We've always belonged. We're creating. We are there. People want to be us. Point blank, period.
You're right.
People want to be us. They want us there. No matter what the occasion is. We are absolutely amazing. And yes, I know I don't always look black. I don't always act black, but I'm still black. Period. I'm still black. I might be 50% black, but I'm still black.
That's a fact.
And I love being black. I'm proud to
We
be
in this
black.
together.
Man, I'm proud to be black. And because I have, and my son is darker than me. Hell, I love being black. I am black regardless of how much I don't look black. I am black.
So what's your heritage?
I am 50% Puerto Rican, 50% black. Well, actually,
so 100% black.
Right. You know what's so funny? So here's where the corny comes out.
To me.
Here's where the corny comes out. So, Lala Carmelo, they both had a baby. They're both half-half.
Right, yeah.
So does that mean their kid is whole and whole?
That's not how fractions work.
I mean...
No.
I'm just saying. It's a hole and whole.
He definitely has the best of both worlds.
I'm just saying. And look at him.
Yeah.
And this kid is fucking amazing.
He is.
Shout out Lala and Carmelo.
Yeah.
Because Cayenne is doing his thing.
He is.
In the basketball world.
I've been watching
Forever.
I didn't think he would turn out to be this good.
Why? Because
I just remember him from when he was like in middle school. I'm like, okay, I don't know how tall he's gonna end up. I don't know how strong he's gonna end up.
Lala's not short.
Oh, for real?
She's not short. She's taller than me.
Okay. That's cool.
But I'm just saying, your dad is fucking Carmelo Anthony.
So this is an example of like why people like watching your journey, right? Like it's all about being there for the growth of the thing, whatever that thing is. And so there's a lot of parallels there. But he has like amazing parents, right? Like that.
Right.
They've done amazing things, and it's hard to. We want our kids to be better than us, right?
Absolutely.
But there's a thing of we also don't want to put so much pressure on them that they have to do, excel at the things that we did.
Exactly.
So in his light, right? Like he committed to Syracuse, so he's going to the same school. He put some of that pressure on himself.
Right.
That was his choice. They didn't put that pressure on him. And I like that. Like I like the fact that he's like, you know what? I can do it in my way.
Right.
And I can do it with style and grace and I like what they're doing.
I do too.
And I love them as a family because, I mean, obviously...
Even though they're divorced,
right, so,
they are still a family. There's nothing you can tell them separately about their child.
It's amazing, yeah.
So, shout out Lala and Carmelo. Y'all are doing your thing. Cayenne,
They are.
we support you 1,000%.
Yeah.
And because my heritage is the same as yours.
I'm the same age as Carmelo, right? So, like,
This coming from the man who's always calling himself old man. I'm like,
I'm old.
I'm older than you.
He's in the Hall of Fame, so he's like a retired, I'm old.
Right.
I'm old in basketball years.
In basketball, no. Yes, you are definitely old in basketball
So I was
years.
there, like I remember the entire process.
Right.
And for him to have a son that's going into that next level, that's a lot. That's a lot that he had to pour into his son for him to be at this level.
Right.
And it's not just him, obviously, right? Like his mom was and is
his
a big
biggest
part of that.
supporter.
I love it. I love to see it.
Love that.
I love to see it. So like me coming up, my mom was the craziest, loudest, most rowdiest person at every game.
Right.
And I'm talking about like into my 30s, like before I stopped playing basketball. She was at the games. My mom, my sisters, they would come with signs with the number, and my teammates would be, when they wouldn't come, my teammates would be like, where's the fan club? Where is your mom here? Because everybody plays better when mom comes through.
Because mom is out there like, yes.
She holds everybody accountable.
Right.
Don't run slow. She's like,
No.
get up the court.
Get
like,
your
what are
ass
y'all
up
doing?
there, put that
She don't
ball
know
in the
nothing about
hoop.
basketball. But she's like, rebound. She's yelling at the referees. So those are the types of people that I love, that type of energy where it's like,
right.
it's support no matter who's in the way.
Exactly.
No matter who's there, no matter what it looks like. It's just like, we're gonna make this happen, and we're coming as a whole group.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that too.
Look at us.
So you got more questions left?
I do have a few more questions.
All right, cool. Because I was gonna ask, how do you show up for Amari's games? Like, what does it look like? Because I haven't been, and I've been wanting to go to, like maybe a soccer game or a basketball game, or one of the bowling.
You know, one of our other moms that Shanika.
Okay, yeah.
Preston, his shout out, my girl. I love you. We met her when he was playing basketball.
Okay.
And Jeff coaches them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you, they were not the best. Like, they literally gave us the beginners on the team. So we won one game our first season. I think we won 2 games our second season. And we don't give a shit. We gonna cheer our kids on.
Of course, you have to.
But this season was a little more testy than normal because at one point my kid got fouled and he was on the ground, and I had to remember I'm still attached.
What did you do?
I went on the court.
Okay, good.
Because I'm like,
that's, you have
how
to
you
run
don't
the court.
call this foul?
Yeah, you have to.
And I had to remember.
It's not appropriate. I'll say that.
How you don't call
in
a
defense
foul?
In defense of the like whatever the organization was. But yeah, you have to run on the court. You have to.
I didn't run on the court, but I'm already recording the games.
You have to do everything.
But it's
that you
just
did.
like, really?
Yeah, it's serious.
Yeah, no, it's very serious. And
you did the right thing. You did what you were exactly supposed to do.
As a mom,
yeah.
But as, the other side of it is like, okay.
I don't care about the other side.
But as a mom, it's like, my kid is on the fucking ground and you didn't blow that whistle.
It's kind of like,
sorry.
So soccer is worse because the field is bigger, right? So like when your kid is down in a soccer or football field and no one's rushing to help, you have to do what's naturally in you to react.
Now,
It's just
I
like,
will admit, my baby, I think he's going to gravitate more towards soccer than anything. And I'm okay with that because I support whatever my kids do in their journey of life. If I'm going to be a soccer mom, I'm going to be a soccer mom. It is what it is. He has already set up his life plan at 9. Well, he wasn't even 9 yet.
Yeah.
He was still 8. But at 8 years old, he's like, I'm going to play for this team, that team, and this team. And I'm like,
I like it.
and I'm going to be there in this jersey, that jersey, and that jersey. And that's fine. However, I'm still a mom. Don't fuck with my kid.
So that means Jeff and myself has to do a little studying on soccer.
Soccer is one of those games where I don't know it, but I know enough to know.
No, I know what you mean.
I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah. It's a physical sport. Yeah.
It's very physical, but he loves, like when I tell you, to the point where I've been at Galaxy games, I've been at LAFC games, because that's what he loves. And if he loves it, I love it. He's like, I'm going to play for this team, that team, and that. And he's got it in chronological order.
Okay.
He's got a whole wife and kids and house. And guess who's watching those kids? Me. I was like, you don't want to hire a nanny? He's like, but Mom, you're not going to be working. How do you know what I'm going to be doing? I could have a wine event.
I'll help out.
And
As long as they're potty trained and they're walking and talking.
But the fact that I asked, well, where's your wife going to be? He said, on the road with me.
Oh.
Wait a minute. He's built a whole
He's got it set
compound.
up.
Yes. And
Respect
I
it.
love that for him, and I respect it every bit. So if whatever route he chooses to go, I support it 1,000%. Because guess what? At 9, he supports his mommy. When I tell you, we're in Total Wine and More, and he's telling people, my mom has a wine channel on YouTube.
Yeah. You make it easy, though. I mean, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of moms out here who, I won't go into that, but you make it easy. He sees what you do. He's proud of what you do. He sees the benefits of what you do and how people react to it.
Right.
And so it's he can speak to it. And
Yeah.
He has an organic response to it, and he can appreciate it.
And that makes me emotional.
Don't
Because I'm
get me
like,
started. Don't get me started.
I'm like, at 9, he really does. He's proud of me.
Of course.
And that makes me
We
happy.
all are. We all are. All right. Sorry to derail everything. What's the next question?
What do you think the biggest impact of the wind down has been?
That's a hard question.
Giving people permission to just be themselves. Be emotional as you want to be. Feel how you want to feel. Like, just feel. Because this has been a journey. And the fact that I feel comfortable in front of the camera, oh my gosh, to let my guard down week after week it's been amazing.
That's good.
It's been amazing because I've cried a lot. I'm still a thug. Look at the lizard.
She's a thug.
Thank you for corroborating my story, because my family would be like, she ain't no thug. She's so soft. She gonna cry. So my family, short story, don't judge me. They went to go see Instant Family without me because I had to work and they all had the day off.
Okay.
If you guys were going to see it
Oh
without
my God.
me. They waited until it was on streaming, and then we're like, oh, hey, let's watch it. I sit down, and I knew they knew certain parts when I was going to cry because they're all looking at me, and I'm sitting here like, And of course, what am I going to do? Cry like normal. But I accept my role in the family as the crybaby. I'm a Pisces. I'm an empath. And that's just what it is. I'm a water sign. My best friends are water signs. Shout out to you too. But I care deeply. I feel emotions of other people. So even when somebody is feeling down, I can tell. And sometimes with strangers, like if I've gone to 1010 on just random ass nights, sat at the bar, and somebody would just start, pouring their heart into me. I don't take that for granted, because people don't have to open up to you, but they feel a sense of safety. And I think that's amazing. However, it's one of those where it's like, they know I'm gonna cry. And I did, and they watched this in family, and they would just look at me. Yes, I'm crying. And that's okay, because I care. And I care with my whole heart, and that's fine. Who cares? But, yeah. Oh, man. Who wrote this?
Wait. So I have a question before you get to the next one.
Okay.
On this same thing that you just said. So what's your opinion on guys that would be the same exact way as you, as far as like just
do it?
Super emotional.
Because if that person doesn't appreciate your emotion, and I mean that, because emotions are meant to be felt. And after going through therapy, and because I'm an empath, you don't need people in your life that are gonna hinder you. I've been hindered. I've been told that, my superpower of being an empath has been, a weakness, and it's not. Who says I'm wrong for caring?
You're not.
Exactly. And the more I understand that, I'm not wrong for caring.
That's right.
People need to care about people. Like, that's why we're in a position we're in with this dumbass president we have, is because they don't care. So, yeah. I done messed around and lost my spot. Oh, no, I know where I'm at.
Oh, we're all out.
We drank both bottles, y'all. It's a good thing we got 2 bottles.
Oh, I left my other bottles in the car. Sorry.
It's okay. Next question. What's one moment on this journey you'll carry with you forever? Ooh, that's a great question.
I like that. So there's a lot of growth.
There's a lot of growth, but I guess the first time I heard that someone felt seen.
Wow.
Because of me being honest, raw, and genuine about how I was feeling about a situation. Because a lot of the time, we as women don't, as Black women, we are not seen. We are forced to suck up how we feel. Like, if we're in pain, it's like, keep going, don't mention it, don't talk about it. But it's hard. It's hard being a Black woman.
I know.
And for women that don't look like me, it's even harder. And I don't take that away from them at all. Because I couldn't imagine, like, we have conversations at work sometimes where they're like, oh, Trump did this, Trump did that. And I'm just like, well, I'd be in the house. I'd be a house Negro. But guess what? While you're out there getting your ass beat, I'm getting raped. And it's sad to say, but that's the reality of it.
Yeah.
In 2025, we are going back in time. ICE is out on these streets right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is
Today. Yeah.
This is insane. Like, who would have thought? And my grandmother used to say, you repeat history until you learn from it.
Wow.
She was a part of slavery. Her mother was a part of slavery. She was I can't even fathom. And she only told me a portion of the stories that she went through.
You don't get the full thing. Right.
And it's crazy to think that, my gosh. So because you're a darker shade of me, it's crazy.
It's tough.
So I empathize, I sympathize, and I don't take anybody that comes to me with, gratitude lightly at all.
That's good.
I feel like I answered this question already, so I'm sorry if I skipped your question. What do you want to say to your day ones and your quiet, consistent supporters? Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah. Because some of y'all watch and don't say nothing. And that's okay. That is completely okay. Because it doesn't matter if you hit that like button. It doesn't matter if you comment, share, any of that. You still watched it. It still counts as a view. So I'm winning. So thank you for that. And I'm not saying that in like, I think I'm all that type of situation. Thank you. Genuinely. Because sometimes you don't feel comfortable hitting that like button. Like, there are things that I like that I'm not gonna like, because I notice now that Instagram tells on you when someone likes something. And I'm like, do I want people to know that? I'm gonna send it to somebody. But yeah,
they watching that too.
They watching that. But I appreciate you. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate your support. Wow, that's a great question. What does legacy mean to you? You know what? Legacy means going on after the episode ends. So after we hit stop on this, it's, generations after this that come across this video on YouTube.
Right.
And knowing that someday someone is going to watch this and be like, wow, they have the same mindset that I have, and I don't feel embarrassed to feel how I felt.
I love that.
Because I care. I don't know.
We can't help it. People that care as much as you do, it's not a choice.
I hate caring sometimes.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Because I feel like such but I can't help how I feel.
Right.
Like, I care about people how I care about people.
Right.
And I want to do the way that I want to do. And sometimes I do too much. But the people that appreciate it. And the ones that don't, it's like, oh, well, what did I lose from it? I cared enough to care about you to be like, let's do X, Y, and Z. Let's make things happen. The ones that appreciate it, great. The ones that don't, I still did it.
Yep.
I did what was called to my heart to
There
do.
it is. Yes.
And that's just what it is. Like, when I can say this guy right here has been, from day one, we met literally at a festival at LA Wine Fest a year ago, and ran into each other at 1010 Wine and More, and that was the moment that we became like this. And I had some moments where I was like, but he's been consistent, he's been loyal, he's been a friend, like a genuine friend, and I can't take that away from you.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I appreciate you.
I'm glad you see that.
Because you care.
Because I am who you know.
Yes,
me to be.
yes, you are who you are.
Yeah.
so I can't take that away from him. And if I can, like, I've introduced him to people because I'm like, okay, he is who he say he is. He's not just, you know, somebody looking for clout, you know, trying to chase things. He just wants to be who he is organically, and I love that. But I had to see that. I had to go through. It's been a year now.
Yep. I'm just here to serve and swirl a little bit. That's about it. That's about it.
Let's swirl on that.
Yeah, it is.
And he has been an amazing friend and somebody I know that if I called him at 1 a.m. like, oh shit, X, Y, and Z, he may be asleep, but he's gonna eventually get back to me. So, like today, this was not originally what I planned, but I'm like, hey, I know you said X, Y, and Z. Are you down to? And he's like, yes. And he made space for me to be here today. And I am grateful for that. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, man. I'm not going to cry. And if I did cry, y'all wouldn't know because I have my glasses on.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. So, I like this. If I'm being real, I've been afraid of, I'm proud of, I'm no longer. Damn, who is calling me out like this? I'm afraid of outgrowing people I love. I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna turn this way because Lord help me.
Don't be afraid of that.
That's one of my biggest things is, you know, you care
It's
about
part of it.
Yeah, you know, it's like you love people and
I've been thinking about that a lot lately. It seems to be part of the process.
fuck.
We do the best we can. We're still who we are, right? We still have our connections to those people, and we do what we can to keep our hand, you know, held with those people. But
Right. It does
eventually,
happen.
it comes to a point, and it's not your fault.
No.
So that's the important thing, right? Is to know that you've done the best that you can.
Because everyone has served their purpose
Exactly.
at that point.
Yeah, and so, you know, everybody can't go.
And that's the sucky part because you're like,
It sucks, but it's
whew.
it's real. It's reality.
I feel like that has just been my hardest thing because I care. I hate caring. I don't hate caring. I hate caring, but I don't hate caring. I hate it because I care, but I don't hate it because everybody can't go. Everybody is not a part of your journey, and while that saddens you, it's just like, fuck.
It's part of being a gangster.
I'm a thug! I'm a thug! Thanks for calling me out. I'm proud of myself for not quitting.
Me too. Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Because when I tell y'all I've been going through it, and people don't think I've been going through it because I'm still out here swirling and sipping.
Keep swirling.
But I've been going through it. I've been going through it. And those, if you are a loyal watcher, you know what I've been going through. Because it's not like I'm trying to keep it a secret. It's just one of the bubbles are getting to me. It's one of those where I'm really going through life. Life is kicking my ass. But I'm not hiding from it. And I'm still trying to make sure that I don't okay, so I've expressed in other episodes that I've been clinically diagnosed with depression and anxiety.
Okay.
In order for me to not fall into certain things, I do my best to stay focused. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to have anxiety, but I do.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's a lot to deal with, right?
It's a lot.
It would be easier if we didn't have that.
Exactly.
But yeah, I get that.
So it is what it is, but here I am, swirling what's left in my glass to make Errol happy.
Good job. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of that.
And just being who I am organically. I haven't quit, even though I had every reason to be like, I'm done. And I didn't do it. I'm no longer available for shrinking myself to make others uncomfortable. I did that for so long. So long. I don't want to shrink. I want to be bold, as both of our selections for the day.
Yes.
People love me when I'm just organically myself.
That's a fact. Yep. You gotta love that.
I am a bubbly pour.
Uh-huh.
And that's just what it is, and I don't mind being that.
That's awesome.
So if you have a problem with that, so be it. I am happy with being myself, and I don't want to change that for anyone.
That for you. That's good.
I don't.
Don't change it. Don't change it.
And before I go, he had inserted a video with his question, but since he's here with me and we've gone through this journey together, I'm gonna let you ask your question in person.
Okay, my question was, what is your ideal wine festival? And not just what's your ideal, but like how would you execute it if you were in charge of it? Where would it be? Who would you have involved? How would it look? How would it feel? Just all those things, like all about wine festivals, because we've been to plenty of them.
Plenty.
We've been to small, we've been to big, we've been to, culturally diverse, non-diverse, like we've been to every type. So what would you see as your dream wine festival?
Great question.
Thank you.
So, for those that don't know, we met at LA Wine Fest a year ago. And if I could, I would take over LA Wine Fest and bring diversity to it, because there are so many Black winemakers that need to be seen. And I would love to be a part of that, getting those winemakers involved, because a lot of winemakers don't get involved with it because they've seen how things have shifted. If anything, I would bring it here where there's more space, where people have to walk. They're getting their money's worth. Whereas, like, we're not just getting drunk in this itty bitty space.
Right.
You have to walk.
So you mean here specifically, like
Yes.
this at a botanical garden?
At a botanical garden.
Okay.
To where you have you have acres
I'm already sold, but go ahead. Yes.
to walk on,
Yes.
to get to each winemaker.
So this would be a longer format.
Yes.
I love that idea.
Because it's literally going to go in a...
Yeah, because I went to Paso Wine Fest, and in the 4 hours or whatever the time that we had, it was impossible to make it through to the different places. And I mean, you pay your ticket, but you want to be able to experience everybody.
Right.
If you can.
If you can.
Yeah, if you can.
And if I could say anything with LA Wine Fest, if I would, especially with the VIP, make that to where it's not so jumbled together. I don't want to feel like I'm in such a small space, like this.
I feel you.
If I'm paying that VIP price, I want to feel like I'm going to get a seat, I'm going to get a meal, and I'm going to get drinks. You're only getting drinks and you're getting snacks because you're getting a taster of some foods. If I'm paying VIP, I want a meal. I would bring it to a larger space because they've clearly outgrown Harry Bridges Park. No shade to you, LA Wine Fest, but you've outgrown. It's time to bring on people that have experienced you, who can help you diversify. And we are the people that can help you do that. But I would definitely bring it here where there is more space to walk. You're bringing more inclusivity. I'm not even talking right at this point. But you want to have it where it's more diverse and people have space.
Mm-hmm.
I walked in last week on LA Wine Fest and I had a drunk guy where I'm like, whoa.
When you walked in?
When I walked in.
I'm sorry.
And maybe because I've experienced better wine festivals since then. Veuve is not going to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Veuve has A-listers at their wine festival.
So what you're explaining, it sounds very easy for me to invite other sommeliers, other winemakers. They would want to be a part of what you're explaining.
Yes.
So, but not necessarily what you said that you just went to.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So definitely, I would love to do something like that. And if that means that you and I start our own with something smaller and then grow from there, I think we should do that.
You know I'm open. I'm down.
Leslie, Leanne, I'm calling y'all out at this point.
Who else would you want to be a part of that?
I mean,
like
our
other as far as sommeliers, winemakers,
sommeliers, winemakers. You know, you of course, Jay Jackson, of course. You know, of course, Generational Wealth Wines, Longmire Cellars, Ajay Wines, Grown Folks. We would love to have you guys on board. I'm not only listing them because they're our friends. However, we want to make this an event to give space. However, we want to make it where it's not so, what is the word I'm looking for? Crowded, for a better word. But definitely, you know, Errol is great with pouring, explaining the wine, you know, and understanding a person's palate, which makes things better for a person learning wine. So I definitely want to make sure that everyone gets an experience from it. So hell, if we got to create our own festival at this point.
I'm glad I asked this question.
Me too, because I was asked to come back and do an interview the next day, but I just couldn't find the energy to do it after a drunk person stumbling on me when we walked in. And my bestie was there with me. She can vouch for that. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And we went on a fluke. We weren't even going to be there. We just happened to leave one thing we were at and go to there, and it wasn't what. So we definitely need more spaces for Black winemakers because we are dope as fuck.
It's a fact. I did a wine tasting yesterday where I had two Black winemakers as part of the tasting. They're both in Paso. And from my understanding, I don't know any others, but Indigene Cellars. Are you familiar with them?
I'm not.
Okay, they came down and did an event at 1010 Wines.
Okay.
But Ray Smith is the owner and winemaker there. And,
Follow.
Michael Rose Cellars. They're both in Paso. So Michael Rose, it's Michael and Rose. Rose is his wife. His name's actually Mike Jones. And so two really good winemakers out of Paso that I did a tasting for, and it was everybody's favorites. You know, I didn't lead anybody on that, but there's plenty of winemakers that would come down. I mean, the ones that you mentioned, there's plenty more
Right.
that are within the Central Coast, Northern California, and I mean, I know plenty from South Africa. So like, there's a lot we can do with that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited, and I think we should do a whole vlog on Paso.
Okay.
We need, y'all.
Whatever you.
Our
you know.
wheels are turning as we are doing this, and I'm so happy this is the 100th episode, and I have a professional with me
I'm lucky to be here.
because, as I say, I just like to drink and tell you guys great wines, and these were both great selections. It wasn't like this was some, oh, let me look at it and pick it like I would normally do. I brought a professional with me on purpose to make sure that you guys chose great wines. This is a big moment for me, and I am so excited. I'm so happy. 100 episodes. This is
Awesome.
crazy.
Glad I could be here for it.
I'm happy you were here with me. We did this. And you have been here for
course.
the majority of the journey.
Of course.
Like literally rooting me on days where I'm like, I'm not that.
But you are. So.
I'm that. I'm that girl. Apparently. And I'm gonna take that because, yeah, I'm doing what I gotta do, and it's hot as fuck right now, and we are sitting in the sun baking, and we have some amazing wines, and I'm so happy to be here. Here's to 100 wines. Oh my god, I did 100 episodes, y'all.
Have you done any episodes where there was 2 wines?
Once. I think
Okay.
my first anniversary episode had 2 wines,
Gotcha. Okay.
and I did one that I don't even remember.
So that makes this like the 102?
No,
Right
this is literally the 100th episode, but I've got 2 wines with it. Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Awesome.
And I feel good. I'm happy. I'm positive about where this is going. This has been an amazing.
Thanks for letting me be a part of it. I appreciate that.
Thank you for, man. So this is one of my closest friends. Like, I will say he is one of my best friends in the wine world. If I ask, he's never said no. And if he said no, it's because he had like a discrepancy on something that's going on. But he has always been there. If I need to know anything, he is there. Like, he is the sommelier. And we know some people. But definitely, I thank you guys for joining me, and I'm so happy. 100 episodes, my God.
It's a big deal.
Come on, I know you want to come up here. This one's been waiting to make his debut or his moment in here. But he's been here supporting me, doing his thing. We go to Total Wine More. He tells everybody about me. And I'm honored. I'm so happy. Like, man, 100. 100. This is crazy. I can't even. Jeez. I definitely need some food. But this has been an amazing experience. I thank everyone who has been here from whatever day that you have been here to now. It's been an experience. It's been growth. It has been an emotional roller coaster, and I hope to bring you guys amazing picks. And I don't know, maybe I need to add more to it.
Whatever
like,
you
Errol
wanna do.
needs to get on and be like, no, go pick this one for your next episode. What's your topic? You know,
Gotcha.
but whatever it is, we're going to make it happen. We're going to add more to my content. It's going to be amazing. And I'm so happy for the next 100. Oh my God.
Wow.
This is freaking crazy.
That's huge.
That is huge.
The next one.
Jesus. I would toast to this, but we're clearly out of wine. But thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you got something from this episode, and I will see you next week. Cheers.
Yes, you blessed, like an aged bottle of wine, so fine. Not to mention if you